I've said it before that we have a big week ahead of us in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, but this week honestly is quite big, even though right now it might not seem like all that much is laid out right in front of us, but there is quite a bit on the horizon for this week in particular. So today we're going to be talking about 12 things that you should look out for within Black Ops 4 this week, and what you can expect for the upcoming days, and what changes it may bring. So that said, we got a big plate on the table, so let's just jump right into it. First thing, when you first boot up the game of Black Ops 4, you're of course met with your multiplayer Blackout and Zombies quick menu selection. From here, you'll end up probably seeing that there is a brand new featured playlist. As it stands right now on PlayStation 4, it is Nuketown for that quick menu UI. You can jump in and you can find a match of Nuketown very quickly. That, of course, is going to be coming to Xbox One and PC, and we'll elaborate on that in just a second, but we end up seeing that additionally the other featured playlists right now are the Endurance Chaos Mosh Pit, which potentially may be pulled or replaced and shifted to a different location in the playlist selection. Now, this is a really cool and unique idea for a playlist, and I had a lot of fun with it initially, but it's something that I don't know if I could stick around too long, so I might be okay if it goes by the wayside and comes back a little bit later. If you're somebody that likes to go for a record number of kills, or you want to make some solid progression towards your tiers within the black market, this is of course a great playlist for you, so take advantage of it while you still have the opportunity to. That said, Nuketown as a playlist may be in the featured playlist spot on Xbox One and PC, and honestly, I'm probably expecting that, but it might be in the regular rotation as well, as it's back for all players, so PlayStation 4 will probably have a new featured playlist, and you might start to see that pop in your regular TDM, your regular hardpoint, your regular domination playlist rotations, so that's something you can expect as well. Number 2 on the list actually is one that's a little bit speculative, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the case, because I remember seeing this in one of the updates previously from Treyarch over on Reddit, but Gun Game actually might be taken out of the entire game rotation. They ended up mentioning in a blog post, I believe last Tuesday, with the update that occurred then, that we'd end up seeing a Gun Game in the rotation for one more week. So it might come back at a later point in time, probably on rotation, as what we saw with Sledgehammer and what they did with World War II for Gun Game in that regard, and then maybe later on added in as a stable game mode. But if you're somebody that likes to take advantage of those quick wins, those matches that you can probably shred through some enemies with if you're well versed in all the weapons, definitely take advantage of that while you still have the opportunity today, because as of tomorrow, might be gone. But while that covers a little bit of just the general blanket and what may be PS4 in some regard as kind of that leading platform, Xbox One and PC do have a big week ahead for their own right, because, well, Nuketown is coming as of tomorrow. It's been that 7-day exclusivity period where that window is now come and gone for PlayStation 4, so everyone will now finally have the ability to grab Nuketown, jump in, and play to your heart's content. A fair warning to anybody on Xbox and PC that may have either seen some gameplay of Nuketown, or maybe may have not. Maybe you're going in fresh, it's something you want to experience for yourselves. It can get so hectic, and I know that's the cliche with Nuketown, hectic, insane spawns, but Black Ops 4, I think, amplifies that a little bit further. So be ready and expect some full parties, some spawn traps galore, and some really hectic gameplay. The way that I see this shaping up from my time over the past week is that you're either 1, absolutely crushing the enemy, or 2, getting absolutely crushed. Now granted, I play solo primarily, so it might differ if you have a 2 or 3-man party, but that's something that, be conscious of that. But still awesome to experience the classic and its legacy in Black Ops 4. One thing I'm also curious about, though, is that if we finally see Nuketown placed into private matches, because with PlayStation 4, it actually was not over this past week. Treyarch did state, though, that it will be coming to private matches at some point, but might be one of those things that they're holding off until everybody has it, because there's more than likely an Easter egg hidden in it. We've seen one of those in every version of Nuketown in the past, so maybe end up putting it in private matches once everybody has access to it. That way, their Easter egg hunt can be on fair playing grounds, but who knows? Additionally, number 4 on this list is that Blackjack Shop is finally going to be available for Xbox One and PC. It was kind of dropped as a surprise, if you were to ask me. I wasn't anticipating it really to come out of last week's title update, but nonetheless it did. And so again, that 7-day exclusivity period for PlayStation 4, which I still don't understand why some of the components and features of the game are delayed as exclusive rather than just maps and maybe in-game content like that. Still a little curious as to why, but that's going to be available for anybody that wants to directly purchase anything from what is the marketplace right now. It's really only uniforms and some emotes and tags there, so I don't know if I would necessarily advocate going in and spending your COD points just yet, because there are some things that are going to be coming on the horizon, like those new skins we talked about, and we will detail a little bit further in this video. But right now, as a sort of teaser and introduction, just dipping your toes in the water for Blackjack Shop, I don't think there's all that great of an offering for stuff, unless you want to take advantage of of some of the Muertos themed things that you may have missed out on with the digital deluxe editions and up, where you only ended up having the opportunity to redeem one of those, unfortunately. So those are in the shop and on rotation that you'll be able to check out, but nonetheless, Blackjack Shop is going to be available for Xbox One and PC users. Now, along with all of this, we're going to end up getting also another title update tomorrow in Black Ops 4. Now again, this comes in conjunction with Nuketown and Xbox One on PC, but honestly, that should have been already installed and covered by last week's title update. Just the flick of a switch is making it go live tomorrow instead of what was last week, but that content should already be installed for Xbox One and PC if I'm not mistaken. But alas, we have another one on the way for a title update, 1.07 for Black Ops 4. Probably going to be taking a lot into consideration with stability, new weapon balancing, and other things with bug fixes. One big thing that I'm really looking forward to seeing if it does change, and it doesn't even really affect me all that much, are challenges like the RCXD challenge that's bugged and doesn't count your kills, because that's something that I've seen a lot of people getting closer to that 100%er challenge, but they can't actually complete it because their kills with the RCXD are not tracking for that challenge. So that's something that of course does affect players that do go for that, so I'm hoping things like that are fixed out. But as for what's in this title update, your guess is as good as mine, because we didn't really get all that much of any indication from Treyarch, any teasers or anything like that that really lets us know what to expect for the update coming up. But moving along a little bit further, we'll also see, kind of backtracking a little bit to a Blackjack Shop sort of mention, is that the Blackjack Shop and special orders will rotate as of tomorrow. So you'll end up having the daily items, again, surely refresh, because that's something that happens every 24 hours, but you end up having the more special items like your special orders and also the special items in Blackjack Shop end up refreshing out for those on PlayStation 4 and for special orders across the board. The Muertos themed sets for Recon and Battery on PlayStation 4 are going out, and we'll be making way for 2 more in the set, which again, I'm still not sure how I feel about that we couldn't redeem all 10 specialists with the versions of the game that we ended up getting, and we only got 1, so now that's thrown in the mix for what's actually viable. Not entirely sure how I feel about that. Not the biggest fan. But then we'll also see in the special orders a refresh to the slight variations of the Muertos themed items across the specialists. So that's something we can look forward to again as of tomorrow, and again, they'll refresh once more 4 days in total later. So that's something you can take a look at coming up this week as well. We're gonna slightly shift gears here a little bit and talk very briefly on zombie stability, because this is still something that's going to be addressed as of this upcoming update and as for the week ahead also. Treyarch again have been putting out a ton of fixes. I think last week's title update had over 60 fixes in certain specific instances. Then we ended up seeing an update as of Thursday, and then we saw a fix over the weekend as well that added about 24 more fixes in on top of that. So we're getting closer to that 100 fixes already just in the past week number, and so we'll be seeing more of that as the time progresses throughout the week and also with each passing update. So I'm expecting a lot more on zombie stability as of tomorrow's title update, but bear that in mind that if you're a Zombies player, you can definitely look forward to more fixes and hopefully a more stable version of the game that you so love. The last thing that we'll talk about that is genuinely confirmed for this week and things that are set in stone is that special surprise that Treyarch detailed in a blog post and a tweet a couple of days ago. We finally actually, just as of now, an hour or so before this video goes live, actually got word of what this is. It's honestly pretty massive for a double XP event. What we end up getting is quad feed double XP, which means you're gonna have double XP in both multiplayer and zombies. Both communities can rejoice here out of this. Some super beneficial double XP that will help you no matter which ranking system you're going towards. You also end up getting double merits within Blackout. I'm loving that idea. I'm super excited for that. I'm gonna be grinding out Blackout a ton this weekend on top of multiplayer. Plus, you end up having 2 times tier boost, so if you need to make some headway once again in your Contraband stream, whether or not you're close to tier 200 or not, you're gonna have a ton of time here at this week to end up grinding it out and getting as much progression towards that as possible. As well, it is 2 times Nebulium Plasma within zombies. Now, the coolest part about all of this, it's not just one weekend, it doesn't start on Friday. It starts on Wednesday and goes until Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we have 5 full days with quad feed XP, double XP, 2 times tier boost, 2 times Nebulium Plasma, and double merits within Blackout. So for a lot of my friends here in the States, I know that is a holiday weekend here at this, so you can have a ton of time. If you're not spending it with your family, you can grind out the game, and even if you're not globally, you have 5 days to take advantage of a really awesome double XP event. And honestly, I was curious as to what it would be, and Treyarch seems to deliver on this. I was a bit skeptical at another double whatever weekend it would be, but now seeing that it's 5 days and also pretty much everything we could touch regarding rankings, I'm all for that. So bring it on. I'm loving this and gonna grind it out. But moving over into the final things that are a little more speculative, these are gonna probably breeze through because, again, nothing's really set in stone for these. The first thing that I wanna mention is possibly the zombies characters on Blackout Unlocked. We talked about it yesterday that it was kind of an accident that they went live in the first place because the items that are required for the quest were not seemingly placed in game and therefore sent people on wild goose chases for those players looking to unlock Nikolai, Richtof, and Takiao and Dempsey for zombies. And so that's something that of course would be great to see those added in, but right now we don't have any information on it. That might be happening because as with every title update, we seemingly get more added in. So keep that in mind. Additionally, we might end up seeing more possible cosmetics dropped at some point, either in Blackjack's shop and on rotation with all of that once we finish the Muertos themed items, or maybe even some new things in terms of some special bonuses, because senior game designer Matt Schranz from Treyarch ended up tweeting out a picture of 2 items in particular for uniforms on characters that we haven't really seen. We've seen subtle variations of them, but not the exact ones, with helmet and all and all the decor on top of that for each of those, that being Ajax as well as Seraph themes within Black Ops 4. So maybe those are coming as well. Keep an eye out for that. But then also one thing that I'm still hardcore lobbying for, and I really do hope comes in tomorrow's title update, challenges for tier progression. Just give me those challenges, man. Tier skip was a great start, but Treyarch, you detailed these almost a month ago for being able to skip tiers, so give us those challenges, man. I can't imagine that that tier skip was the only challenges you were referring to. I'm hoping still for 2 to 3 at least daily and maybe some weekly tier skip stuff as well for players really wanting to grind out the game. Just give it to us, man. That's all I'm asking. But that's where we're gonna wrap it up. That is this massive week, all hopefully tied into one with a little bow on top, and maybe we end up seeing all these happen. Maybe we see even some of the speculative stuff happen. I'd be all for that. But that's where we're gonna wrap it up. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to this week? Is there anything that you feel I may have missed and you'd love to add to this list? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 4, multiplayer, Blackout, zombies, you name it. We got you covered with the best of updates, news, information, tips, tricks, best class setups, all that good stuff. We got you covered. So if any of that interests you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on both those, so those links are in the description below. But that's really all there is to it, so thank you guys all once again so much for watching. Mine's been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.